Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 11, or day 11, although we're not really in consecutive order of days, of 100 days of ML/DLCode. Mainly we're just doing image recognition. Hopefully we'll get in some machine learning today. Anyways, I'm super excited to do this, and hopefully you are too. I'm in a very particular energetic mood because I'm very grateful right now, so I want to try something very different. I just want to start off with this quote. This is a Chrome extension called something. I think it's Momentum. And I think I actually have the paid version of this, but you can get it for free too. There's not really that many features that you get for paid, but it's also very cheap to get paid. Nonetheless, this quote, although I don't necessarily agree that it has good contrast, says, if you listen to your fears, you will die never knowing what a great person you might have been. And this means a lot to me right now because I really need to prioritize AI. And if you watch my vlog, know that this is a huge thing that while I'm not necessarily able to focus 100% of my energy in right now, it means a lot to me and I need to start doing that more. So I just want to start off with that little preamble, but let's get into where we are. I did say last episode that I was going to try and fix this I/O error that was happening. I don't know what's causing it, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time trying to figure that out because it's not necessarily affecting us. It just means that some images can't be read. But the reason that I think this is actually happening is because these images don't have good text to contrast backgrounds. So for an image like this, you have great contrast. You have black on white, and it's really high contrast. It's really easy to see that this is text. But if you have an image like this, you can see that it's low quality for one, so once you get around the text, it's blurry for one. Two, once you get to this yellow, it's hard to see this. So it's just something to keep in mind. I think that's why it's airing out, but hopefully what I plan on doing in this episode will possibly alleviate these problems entirely. So I basically want to make PyTesseract have to work less. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to use OpenCV, and I'm going to use that to create and find the contours in images. Contours are basically the lines, and this has applications in self-driving cars. So if you want to find the lane positions, you need to find the contours within the image because the lanes will be, they'll stand out. It's like a white or yellow on a black pavement, and that's how this has applications in machine learning. So I'm going to look into my history, and then there we go. It's like a gamble opening up my history. Anyways, so there's already documentation on this, which is nice. Just makes my life easier. Alright, so first I'm going to import CV2, and I might need to install it via Anaconda. Yeah, I need to Anaconda this boy up. My Anaconda. Let's just use the Anaconda prompt, and then I can just CD into here. WhatsApp. Clear the screen, and then we'll do a conda. Actually, we want to activate the environment. Activate. It's meme recognizer. And clear the screen. And then conda install CV2. Hopefully, that's the name of it. So basically, CV2 is just going to do all the work for us and find these contours, which will hopefully help us improve the accuracy. So the guy that I'm working with right now, named Harshal, definitely watching this video. Hi. He's using something else and investigating. It's called PDF Recognizer, I believe. And apparently has a very high accuracy in detecting words within PDFs. So that's interesting. We'll have to look into that eventually, but I want to try out CV OpenCV. And my Anaconda's been weird. OpenCV, install Anaconda. Oh. So if you actually want to install this, why isn't it pasting? You have to use this command, which I have to manually type in. Good life, good life. Alright. Do conda forge, OpenCV. And I'm hoping that this installs and works. While that's working, I'm going to look at the documentation. So OpenCV reads in an image. So we read an image. So we have all this logic right here. What I'm going to do for the time being is just cancel that out. And install that. And I want to import this imread function, so we're actually going to say from CV2 import imread. And then here, even though we won't get code hints for the time being, we'll do imread. And then this is going to be this OS path name join. And the reason why I really like OpenCV is because we just pass in this variable, and I believe all this does is convert the image to grayscale. So it's like a 1 or 2 liner. It's really nice. So I'm just going to import all of these different functions. CVT color. And it may not be still installing. Okay. So I just like importing these functions because it makes our code cleaner. So we have the convert color, and then we're also going to import threshold. If I know how to spell it. And then find contours as well. So quite a bit of functions to import. So we're going to name this IM. Let's read up a little bit about what this is actually doing. So like this is saying, I believe what this will do is, like, say you have an image like this, right? While it's very low quality, which may make this difficult, notice that all the letters, they're the same color. And that's really not going to change for any of these. Maybe you'll have a weird thing that's like multicolored, right? In which case, bad accuracy, whatever. For the meantime, we have to start off with something. And so if we're using pretty much any image, right? Like this, you know, everything's going to be around the same color. So it's going to be really good at finding these contours, especially for things that have bad contrast. Can remove this, and I believe that we can also remove the names here as well. I also want to import CV2 just by itself, hopefully. That's annoying and strange. I had to actually install CV2 directly from PyCharm, and now it's working. So I'm not going to go ahead and do this way because it actually looks like it's sort of convention to do it how they were doing it, which would make sense. So let's go ahead and do this. And I don't know how we're going to actually view this. Okay, now I need to say about how to, or I need to find out how to convert image and save OpenCV. Let's figure out how we're in main. Whoa. This ain't Python. It's lies. Okay, let's do cv2 dot I am right. Perfect. So we'll just say test dot JPEG, and then IM2 I believe is our image, and then we can also do a test grayscale, and this is going to be our IM gray. So let's just get an idea. Probably going to get an error because I messed up something. Is it going great? I already got an error. Oh man. Oh, that would be because there's no image located there, so we have to use this path name. Never mind. I just really quickly want to try reading in an image and make sure that's nothing with our directory structure. 1.jpg. Okay, let's find out why this error is happening. Alright, I'm going to get the absolute path. Then we also want 1.jpg. And the 0 I added here converts that to grayscale. We're not going to do that right now. And we're still getting error. Let's look at the image really quick. Okay, that's definitely a colored image. So let's try passing in 1. See what happens when we run. Nope. Alright, since we're getting an error here, well, why don't we try commenting that out and just pass in our IM? Because if we add the 0 here, this is going to throw an error too, so do that. Oh, there we go. Ha ha ha. There we go, friends. Rip. It's apparently not working. I don't know if I am right has... I need to find out how OpenCV the right image. I don't know what this actually saves as. Okay. Rip. I'm also going to try saving the original image. No, that's what I'm doing already. Let's just have that in color though. Okay, I can't open any of these. Something's wrong with how it's converting these images. Okay. So it actually recognizes what we're using. Tries to convert that. So let's try a ping. Ruh-roh. No dice. So I think there might be a problem. I think I'm probably dumb in assuming that this automatically saves it in a format, although you would think that if, since you're saving in like a .jpeg or whatever, that it would work. Apparently not. I'm going to try this name window function, which I think will actually show the image. That's what I really care about. We don't have to worry about actually saving the images right now. So we're going to try this. So, oh, I can use this image show. I am show. I'll just say I am cv2 dot wait key. We'll delay it by 100. I'm not sure what that does. We also need to pass in. Oh, we need to pass in a name here. Image. And wait key, and then cv2 dot destroy all windows. Let's run this. And that doesn't work either. At this point, I was getting an error before when I tried to use this CV2 image show, and basically if I run this again, you can see that it's saying that the sized out width needs to be greater, the width and height need to be greater than 0. So I think that this isn't loading right somehow, so I want to check the shape of the image. Alright, so we can do m.shape. And this is height width channels. Just going to print height with channels. Hopefully we can get some information. None type. Nice. There might be a problem grabbing the image. So when I actually pass in the true file name path for this directory, it starts working. So it's actually importing the image, and then if I were to pass in 0, that causes a problem. That's okay though. So we print out the shape, and then we get a problem on line 21 when we try to find the contours. But let's really quickly just try and print out our image. Whoa, okay, I'm looping through. Let's try 1,000. There we go. Okay. Whoa, that's a big. There we go. Oh. I love these images. Okay, awesome. So now we're actually loading in the images. That's great. Note to self, wait key is definitely in milliseconds. So if I took a screenshot there, right, and then I close that, that actually saves it as an image. Okay. Well, that makes sense a little bit because it was never loading this in properly in the first place, so we can't save something that's 0, 0. Alright. So now hopefully this conversion to make the background gray works. And let's just see what this looks like when we convert to grayscale. Exactly what you'd expect from a grayscale image. Alright, that's fine and dandy and all. Alright, coolio. So now let's read the error and see what we were getting. So I think we're going to have to convert, find contours only supports these kind of images. So I just want to make sure that we're also passing in the grayscale here, which removes our errors. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's actually go take a look at what the contours look like. This is exactly what we wanted. Perfect. So as you can see, a bit small. I really can't increase it much. But that's a low quality image. That's just a flower, has no use. I literally have no idea what this image is of. Oh, okay, perfect. So you can see our text is getting there. And, oh man. So this is the original image. What was it? This AXM169. So we actually already have some good contrast here, right? But it went away. I'll wait. You can see that we're actually getting some really good contrast here. Now we are losing this one, which was that, but you can also see too that we're getting, overall, I think the text is coming out better than we started with. So for some things, like it was having a problem with this stuff, which I think we can set the settings for the threshold, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So we can actually change how harsh this is, and I think the harsher that we make it, meaning that you have to have these very distinct lines, it'll improve it, hopefully, because the text should be the same color. So ultimately, the text should be the same color. So if we went like really hardcore on this, right, like it might pick up some of the white part of the boxes, but you can see like it's already doing a really good job here. But if we said, no, it has to be things that are only the same color. And the other thing too is, say that we're trying to create an app that detects images that have words on them, basically. And we're trying to determine whether they're useful or not to the user. Well, if something has over, let's say, 20-30% area text to total image area, then that's probably like a picture with a lot of words. It's a quote. It's a meme. So we can use a thing, if we want to find out the actual words, we do OpenCV and do this sort of technique. Otherwise, we just use our original method of using PyTesseract and OCR to try to automatically detect the words that we have in there. Alright, so my girlfriend got out of her play practice earlier than expected. But this is a great start to what we're trying to do, and next episode we're going to be focused on tweaking these settings and then possibly hooking it up with PyTesseract and the OCR, so that way we can start making some pretty cool stuff, some better predictions, and see what else is possible. But until then, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching and getting to the end of the video, and there'll be plenty more